Horror game genre is leaning into darker worlds, heavier tension, and more intense encounters. These upcoming titles focus on unsettling atmospheres, unpredictable threats, and immersive sound design. Let's get into it. Resonant Q is a third-person cosmic horror survival action game for solo or co-op play with up to 3 players set on a damaged orbital ring above Earth. Players control elite fighters called Volts, who enter hostile sectors to hunt anomalies, collect resources, and extract safely. A single energy resource powers weapons, abilities, scanning, machinery, doors, elevators, and life support. Loot from each run is returned to a base for crafting, repairs, and suit upgrades that increase energy capacity.
Traded for salvage in fragments of volatile energy.
My suit energy's almost out. I don't know if we can make it home.
That energy powers each run, but it was never ours to control. Nothing here obeys intent. It responds to pressure, presence, resonance.
Another mindfuck place. Shit.
Some anomalies only react. Others are waiting for company. Survival isn't winning. Survival is leaving on time.
Are we still on the ring?
It's me! You gotta let me in! They're right behind me! Open the fucking door!
Directive 8020 is a cinematic sci-fi adventure where the crew of the colony ship Cassiopeia crash lands on Tau Ceti F while searching for a new home for humanity. Players guide the crew through dangerous corridors, avoid an alien organism that can mimic people, and use stealth, quick reactions, and improvised weapons to survive. Choices shape relationships, open different story paths, and lead to multiple endings as the crew decides who to trust and who to save.
Goddamn step.
It's me, please!
Better be a fucking alien.
Leave me out here, please!
The question is, what are you going to do about it?
Hurry up!
Nakwon Last Paradise is a multiplayer zombie survival game set in an urban area of South Korea where players manage a shelter by day and enter the city at night to gather supplies. Expeditions place players against infected enemies and other survivors in PvPvE encounters where combat, stealth, or cooperation can decide the outcome. Resources collected during runs are used to craft tools, upgrade gear, and maintain the shelter, while injuries, stress, and limited supplies create constant pressure. Silent Hill Townfall is a first-person adventure where Simon Ordell returns to the island of St. Amelia to deal with events from his past. Players move through fog-covered areas, avoid threats, and use a small set of weapons and tools. A pocket television called the CRTV is used to tune unstable signals and reveal clues. Combat is brief and dangerous, while story-driven puzzles uncover fragments of the town's hidden history.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
you can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
Ontos is a sci-fi mystery set on the repurposed moon hotel Samsara, where Aditi Amani searches for answers linked to her father's experiments. Players move through interconnected areas, interact with analog systems, gather materials, and operate machinery to progress. Encounters and experimental trials present moral choices that affect later outcomes. The narrative unfolds through puzzles, research, and hands-on systems, while the station's factions, hidden labs, and strange devices reveal fragments of a deeper reality.
Your father thought he knew, and it inspired him to grant wishes.
Who's there?
Nightmare.
That's why all of us are here. You want to understand, to know. Then you have to step beyond the walls surround you. Play your father's game. Push the very limits. Until you're in reality itself.
Crathos Deep is a narrative adventure set in the freezing depths of the Arctic Ocean, where players pilot a submarine to investigate a lost research institute. The submarine is used to travel across the seabed while an expedition drone enters tight spaces, caves, and damaged facilities to gather clues. Players search abandoned stations, solve environmental problems, and piece together records from the expedition hub to understand what caused the disaster.
On the surface of Mars, there were two of the bottom of the sea. You may discover things down here that clash with your view of the world. Things you like to dismiss or distance yourself from. If, or rather, when that happens, I must simply urge you to keep an open mind.
Forest 3 is a first-person survival game set on a hostile alien planet after a crash landing. Players gather resources, build shelter, and use advanced tools to analyze the environment and creatures. Teasers show a claw-like device for interaction and robotic companions that assist with tasks. The structure appears more story-driven than earlier entries, with progression tied to exploration, survival systems, and encounters with strange life forms across the planet. Psych Rift is an action-adventure set inside a secret research facility where a psychic experiment has opened a dangerous rift. Players move through dark corridors, avoid traps, and face monsters while navigating maze-like areas shaped by unstable reality. Progress comes from solving physics-based puzzles and using unusual devices that grant special abilities. Scattered logs and tapes reveal what happened to the staff as players search for a way to escape.
Gabriele?
Hey.
The Alighieri Circle, Dante's Bloodline, is a first-person narrative adventure where players control Gabriele Alighieri, a man tasked with resealing the gates of hell as part of a family ritual. Gameplay takes place across 2 connected realms, including an old Italian villa and a distorted infernal reflection. Players search for lost pages, solve symbolic puzzles, and gather diary entries to uncover the history of the Bloodline while preparing the ritual that keeps the barrier intact.
No. Death is not an escape. Accept your Accept.
Perceptum is a psychological adventure where players take the role of a medium investigating the disappearance of a family inside an isolated house. Gameplay revolves around searching rooms, solving puzzles, and using 2 main abilities. Closing your eyes changes how sounds are heard, helping you detect hidden paths and clues, while a mirror reveals objects and figures that cannot be seen normally. These mechanics guide players through the house as they piece together what happened. Deepest Fear is a first-person sci-fi action game set inside a deep-sea research facility where players control Dr. Danny Carroll. Combat takes place in areas affected by real-time water simulation, where flooding corridors and rising currents can change routes and push enemies into new positions. Otherworldly creatures emerge from water sources, forcing players to manage movement and positioning carefully. The structure combines interconnected areas, environmental puzzles, and ability-based progression as players reach the core of the project.
God damn it, Danny! Close those valves! Double time!
What the hell happened to these people?
Please! Oh God, help me!
What the hell have you people been doing down here? I thought you said there weren't any more survivors.
Nothing's changed. We stick to the plan.
This place is falling apart! Water's flooding in! Oh my god!
Shoot it! Stay away from the water! They come from the water!
Decrepit is a first-person action game set inside a ruined castle where players fight through dungeons using stamina-based combat. Weapons and spells have different attack patterns, and timing, positioning, and stamina management are key to survival. Each death sends the player back to a new cell with lost gear, turning every run into a fresh attempt. Equipment defines playstyles, while shortcuts, elevators, and learned routes help players progress deeper into the castle. The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu is a co-op action-adventure for up to 4 players where a team of explorers searches a cursed jungle for treasure. Before each mission, players choose weapons and equipment on their ship, then enter dense areas filled with hostile creatures and strange phenomena. Supernatural forces distort perception, causing hallucinations that affect teamwork and decision-making. Progress depends on communication, completing objectives, and returning safely before the jungle overwhelms the group. The Twilight Project is a third-person survival game where a tourist becomes trapped in a sealed village as reality begins to change after nightfall. Players search for clues, solve environmental puzzles, and manage limited resources while moving between daytime areas and a darker parallel dimension at night. Safe zones can be established, and traps or tools are used to defend against nightly attacks as players uncover the village's hidden past. OD is a horror project directed by Hideo Kojima and co-written with Jordan Peele, featuring a cast that includes Sophia Lillis, Hunter Schafer, and Udo Kier. The concept centers on testing a player's fear threshold through different scenarios. Early details suggest an anthology-style structure with separate segments created by multiple directors. The project is being built with cloud technology and Unreal Engine 5 to support a new style of interactive experience. Graft is a story-driven survival RPG set on a massive, decaying space station where players search for a way to escape. Combat and progression revolve around a grafting system that lets players take parts from defeated enemies and attach them to their own body. Each graft grants new abilities while also carrying memories and traits from its previous owner. Players manage resources, form fragile alliances, and shape their character through these transformations. Cinder City is a third-person sci-fi MMO shooter set in a devastated version of Seoul, where 3 different eras have merged into one timeline. Players control a futuristic soldier called a knight, using cover-based shooting, high-tech suits, and specialized gear to fight through the city while searching for a lost daughter. The game features a large open world with dynamic events, co-op missions, large multiplayer battles, and the ability to pilot mechs and vehicles during combat. Subliminal is a psychological adventure inspired by the Backrooms, where players move through strange memory-based spaces and solve puzzles using light and perspective. Illumination acts as a physical tool that can be carried, placed, and redirected to open paths, reveal doors, and reshape the environment. Each area represents fragments of memories, with shifting layouts, looping rooms, and hidden passages, while unsettling encounters appear as players progress.
And relive some of your most treasured and sacred core memories. As you embark on your experience, please try your best not to get distracted and let your mind wander off, as doing so can be dangerous and introduce unconscious, unregulated, and suppressed. Ah, I see you've made it to the waterworks. Please, don't be shy. Try out a few of those whirling water slides you loved so much. Wait, no!
daughters of Hortus, to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow.
Ritual Tides is a first-person narrative survival game set on a remote British island where the player wakes up with no memory and searches for answers. Movement across cliffs, ruins, and forests requires careful traversal, while encounters with cult members and strange creatures often favor stealth and limited combat due to scarce ammunition. A gaze system tracks the player's actions, making unseen forces more aware over time and increasing the danger.
Now, I must confess a change in plans. You shan't be entering the garden today. Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be sown!
That's 6 now. 6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
Resident Evil Requiem is a survival action game that follows FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft and Agent Leon S. Kennedy as they investigate new incidents linked to the events of Raccoon City. Gameplay combines combat, resource management, investigation, and puzzles, with the option to switch between first and third-person views. Each character has a different playstyle, and their stories connect as they uncover the cause of the latest outbreak.
You okay? What does Victor want with you?
What do you mean?
He grabbed you for a reason. Did you find anything on Opus?
Not yet. Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the Pentagon.
You are an ignorant fool.
Leon, we're running out of time.
Why me?
The team has settled on a person of interest. A former T-virus researcher.
Because my master made you who you are.
Raccoon City was where it all began for me.
I'm coming with you.
We can talk. What do you want to know?
I don't want any more regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
Yeah.
Ill is a first-person action game set inside a research fort taken over by a mysterious entity. Players fight unpredictable monsters using weapons that can be modified, repaired, and managed through a limited inventory system. Combat uses realistic physics and a detailed dismemberment system, where enemies react to damage and surroundings in dynamic ways. Environmental objects can also be used during fights or puzzles, making the setting an active part of survival. Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival is a first-person action game where players control Aiden as he searches for a way to free his girlfriend from the labyrinth. Progression revolves around the Genesis configuration puzzle box, which grants supernatural abilities that can be combined with conventional weapons. Players face cultists, creatures, and priests linked to the Cenobites while navigating dangerous areas and managing the consequences of the bargain with Pinhead.
Sometimes the things we think we need are not all that good for us.
As you say, I have witnessed you, Aiden Lynch. You crave what we offer, your desires so plentiful. Give in to your thirst.
Such delicious torment. It is done. She belongs to the labyrinth now. But perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
What do you want from me?
all that you are? Let us begin.
You will sleep through 14 years of flight to your new home on Caesarea.
Subnautica 2 is an open-water survival game set on a new alien ocean planet where players gather resources, craft tools, build bases, and create submersibles to stay alive. The game supports solo play or online co-op with friends as players travel across different underwater biomes, study creatures, and uncover story elements tied to the mission. Progression involves scanning life forms, upgrading equipment, and adapting to deeper, more dangerous areas. Blight Survival is a PvE action game set in a war-torn medieval region where a deadly infection turns soldiers into monsters. Players can venture alone or in co-op groups of up to 4, fighting both human enemies and infected creatures while searching for the source of the Blight. Combat uses a directional melee system, and missions involve gathering loot, deciding when to extract, and upgrading weapons, armor, and talents between runs. Supreme Experiment is a first-person action-adventure set in a world where humanity lives in towers above toxic clouds while intelligent machines control the surface. Players descend to the abandoned ground to investigate why the machine stopped sending resources. Gameplay involves combat, terminal hacking, and searching ruined facilities for logs and clues. A neural implant allows access to a parallel digital realm triggered by hidden codes, revealing new areas and secrets tied to the machine's society.
A new species, trying to survive, fighting for scraps, searching for truth. An abandoned, poisoned wasteland, crawling with creatures beyond imagination. Down here, humans don't belong. For those who left the city, it's a one-way ticket. But they go for a reason. This evolution of the machines was not random. There's something vast behind it. It's coming for everyone, not just the machines. The people in the cities don't know it yet, but soon they will.
You never should have come back.
Liminal Point is a survival game where Lyra returns to the island of Ashen Point after receiving a strange voicemail about her missing bandmate. Players move through fog-covered streets, a mansion, a hospital, and underground areas while facing hostile creatures and searching for clues. Progress depends on managing limited inventory space, reading the map, and solving puzzles as scattered messages and locations reveal what happened on the island.
Isn't that why you're here too?
Did you forget what happened on that night? This place remembers,
And so do I.
I'll be waiting, so come and find me.
When Sirens Fall Silent is a psychological thriller set in 1990s Italy, where players take the role of policewoman Mila as she investigates a series of kidnappings and murders. Gameplay centers on examining crime scenes, collecting clues, and questioning suspects through detailed dialogue systems that rely on body language as well as spoken words. As the case unfolds, the investigation also reveals parts of Mila's troubled past and affects the decisions she makes.
We apologize in advance for the nature of this footage.
I am Alighieri. I'm fine, but I'm scared. I have to read this message to you. Please listen to it. Please. I don't want to die. You must follow my instructions. There's a story that must be told, and truths that need to be revealed. I will choose someone. An officer. She must follow my instructions. She will be my voice, my eyes, my soul. The person who will allow the sirens to be heard once more.
That was shocking to view. Now we will head over live and direct to our correspondent.
We still have no significant updates on this case. The police are yet to release an official statement, though some speculation has emerged about the 21-year-old Moldovan woman who was rescued during this morning's raid. It is believed that this young woman is a victim of sex trafficking. The investigation into the whereabouts of the missing girl, Alighieri, is progressing with increasing...
Was I good? Yes, I was good, right? When will I get to meet her?
Never go out in the dark. Never stay in the dark.
Devil of the Plague is a co-op action game for 1 to 4 players where a group of plague doctors works together to stop a spreading demonic infection. Missions involve exploring cursed locations, gathering ingredients, and performing rituals that purify the land. Players use alchemy to craft items, manage light and darkness for protection, and revive fallen teammates through special rituals while facing enemies and environmental threats. UNMe is an adventure game set inside a shifting mental labyrinth where a girl carries multiple souls within her body. Players move through the maze while different souls take control, each with unique abilities, traumas, and effects on movement and perception. Special items unlock dialogue with these souls, revealing memories and clues. As the story progresses, players must choose which soul to keep and which to erase.
とにかくイライラしてそれどころじゃないんだって。私が私であること、私が誰よりも分かってる。そんなことありえますか？さっさと他のやつを消せ！
Silver Pines is a survival Metroidvania set in a half-abandoned American town where private investigator Red Walker searches for a missing musician. Players move through interconnected areas, fight or avoid monsters, and solve puzzles that block progress. Limited inventory space forces careful use of bullets, medicine, and key items. As new tools and weapons are found, more parts of the town open up, revealing deeper sections and stronger enemies.
What was that?
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss is a first-person investigative adventure set in 2053 where Agent Noah is sent to the Pacific depths to examine a missing mining crew. With the help of an AI companion, players move through the submerged city of R'lyeh, gather clues, and solve branching puzzles tied to the case. Encounters with strange phenomena affect sanity, and choices made during the investigation shape the path through the story.
They found something they weren't meant to. What could have done that? There's no exit. It just keeps bringing me back.
You opened the door.
R'lyeh.
Hi, Dad. Say hi back. Of course they know. What if I told you that every word you said...
Judas is a narrative-driven first-person shooter set aboard the crumbling starship Mayflower, where players control a troubled character trying to survive a collapsing society. Progress depends on building or breaking alliances with key figures who each have different plans for the ship and its inhabitants. Combat is combined with choice-based systems, and decisions made during encounters and conversations shape relationships, story paths, and the fate of the ship.
What would you do to free yourself? We both know the answer to that question. Nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here to set you free, whether you like it or not.
Promise each other that we would be together forever?
Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake is a survival adventure where twin sisters Mio and Mayu become lost in an abandoned village haunted by spirits. Players move through dark locations, solve puzzles, and use the camera obscura to repel ghosts by photographing them at the right moment. Different camera filters and upgrades change how battles and investigations work, while new areas and mechanics expand the story of the sisters' bond.
If only there were some clue. If I open this, I might be able to get out. Be together forever. But this will make us one. So it's okay. Kill me. You can't fall again! Not alone!
Halloween is an asymmetrical, multiplayer action game set on the night of Michael Myers' return to Haddonfield. Players either control Myers, using stealth and abilities to stalk residents, or take the role of heroes who warn neighbors, gather weapons, and call the police. Matches play out in 1 versus 4 scenarios where survivors coordinate with NPCs and create escape opportunities while Myers hunts them across the neighborhood. The War of the Worlds, Siberia is an action-adventure set in an alternate 1896 where a Martian invasion spreads across the Russian Empire. Players follow a young student who must escape ruined cities and travel east while avoiding towering tripods and hostile forces. Gameplay combines stealth, basic combat with period weapons, puzzle solving, and survival across forests, towns, and remote regions, as the invasion reshapes the country.
Убил вроде.
Эй, давайте сюда! Сюда! Да что же они там телятся?
Опять они. Да сколько же можно?
Утекли. Слава богу. Погоди молиться, а то опять догонят.
Червонца накрыло!
Чёртова дыма хватануло. Глухо с ним. Брось тогда, выживет его счастье. Не по-людски это. Червонец мой, хуже пьяного. Ладно, еще глазом никого не сожгли. Капкан видел? Видел. Живет.
Набегался. Отдохнуть бы, полежать бы.
Грехи.
Ах ты ж, козы! Этот фраер тоже здесь!
Паскуда!
Hey, this is Steve from Bleak Mill. Today we're showing you some gameplay footage from our upcoming narrative FPS, Industria 2.
Industria 2 is a narrative first-person shooter where Nora is trapped in a parallel dimension controlled by a powerful artificial intelligence. Players explore machine-built structures and cold natural landscapes, scavenge resources, craft items, and upgrade weapons to survive encounters with hostile machines. The game uses physics-based interaction and a diegetic inventory system, while the story unfolds through characters and events tied to Nora's past and the creation of the AI.
With supplies being limited, Nora can craft makeshift tools and ammo using components we find along the way. Here we use metal parts and gunpowder to create additional ammo.
Can you describe the sound in the recording?
Project Spectrum is an asymmetrical PvPvE tactical shooter, where squads of operators enter unstable ember zones to gather intelligence, fight monsters, and extract safely. During each match, another player controls a powerful executioner creature that hunts the team across the map. Gameplay combines tactical shooting, sanity mechanics, environmental hazards, and on-the-fly crafting, such as turning found items into silencers or traps while completing objectives inside reality-warped locations.
The loss is too heavy for you. But sometimes, loss can birth beasts and bury truths. What do you think? What if you are the beast?
The beast?
Watch out!
The Sinking City 2 is a third-person survival game set in a flooded version of Arkham during the 1920s. Players travel through submerged streets, ruined mansions, and maze-like districts while managing inventory, solving optional puzzles, and backtracking to newly opened areas. Combat involves firearms against cultists and strange creatures, while environmental clues and side cases reveal extra story paths and gameplay bonuses.
Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Maya Joshi. I've been left behind on Isla Nubla. The actual journey.
Jurassic Park Survival is a first-person action-adventure set on Isla Nublar the day after the events of the original film. Players control InGen scientist Dr. Maya Joshi as she moves through the abandoned park, searches facilities for resources, and avoids deadly dinosaurs. Encounters rely on stealth, distraction, and careful movement, while exploration of locations like the visitor center reveals new routes and objectives needed to escape the island.
In lots of different ways.